Right, I'm telling you, bro. We're gonna find them Jones, all right? I said we. You gonna find them? Man, they just around somewhere.
I have better.
Like they
Better
may
not
be
better
under
than
they may
that.
be under a couch or in a crevice somewhere, bro. Know what I'm saying it's just what the house
Are
is.
we live, bro?
Yeah, we live.
You can't say the clock, bro. You know, been live for like 5 minutes. Live for like 5 minutes. Come on. You over there stuffing your face on camera, bro. What was that?
That's a salmon burger and a shrimp burger, bro.
A what?
Oh, the shrimp burger. That's gonna probably bust.
A salmon and a shrimp
Oh,
burger?
Yeah,
yeah,
I had
it's
I had
two
a
different burgers. It's a salmon burger and then it's like a shrimp sliders, salmon sliders, same thing.
listen, bro. I had a shrimp burger for the first time like a couple weeks ago.
A shrimp
Yeah.
burger?
Yes.
I never had a shrimp burger.
Yeah, my first
Missing out,
time
bro.
last week, bro. Need to go do that.
Listen,
I know the salmon burger shit. I just pour hot sauce on that motherfucker, but I ain't know nothing about no shrimp jump.
hey, this Old Bay hot sauce, bro, be
That's just amazing,
smacking.
bro.
On the,
Jovina got that shit. Bruh, that shit is fucking amazing.
that's all we eat around here. I put that on everything.
The hell,
Vegetables.
Frank's Red Hot, huh? Hold on, what are you? Hey, how the casino go last night, bro?
Went up 225 in
Uh
like the
oh.
first 17 minutes. And then I went back down to what I started with in the next 7 minutes.
Craps?
Nah, I was playing. Come on, bro, back and right.
I'm gonna say that's your mistake right there. What you mean? Come on, it's supposed to be you supposed to be on the craps table. That was the purpose. Rome said we playing craps.
I don't
You
play
don't go up there to
craps.
play
What was wrong playing,
baccarat.
bro? What was wrong playing?
Ron played craps. I just prefer to play baccarat because this my the people that play baccarat they be having that bag. I figure if you go where the bag at, they tell you how to get it. So that's where I be at, bro. I'm not finna go waste my time with all these Negroes trying to play some craps.
So basically,
Nah,
what you
brother.
that is hilarious. But basically, what you're saying is you also not gonna sit at the table if there's nobody there. Like you just gonna say I'll wait till somebody join up with me at the baccarat
At
table.
baccarat,
Yeah.
of course, most definitely. Most definitely. It's not that many tables over there, but only reason I play with other people because you get a vibe. You start winning, and you can take off hands. If it's just me and the dealer, I can't be like, all right, let this one go through. Let me see what it look like. So nah, just be,
Bruh, I came
you know
up
what I'm
the
saying?
first time like in a casino in February. Like the very first time, like I've excuse me,
February.
I've
You've been going to
won.
casino for a minute.
I'm saying I've won. I've come up in the casino. The issue is like, did I ever walk out with that money? And that's kind of the problem that I used to have in the past is like nigga, I would make some money, but like I ain't leaving it. I ain't leaving with it. But it's just a crazy matter of fact. Like one of the stories, bruh, that I had, I will never forget. Nick, it was me, you, Rome. I drove Rome
I
up to the
already
jump.
know.
Oh, you already
I
know,
already know what's coming.
bruh. I come up probably like $200-300 on the craps table. I don't even realize it. Like I just see all the chips. So I ain't do no counting or nothing like that. I did like enough to know that I was up, right? Then I'm like, okay, I come up enough. Now I'm feeling it. I'm gonna go to the fucking roulette table. And I'm gonna play roulette and I'm gonna do two spins. I'm gonna do two spins. I'm gonna do both on red. And then I don't remember how much money I put down. But the first one I lost. I'm like, hold up. It ain't supposed to go down like this. So the next jump, I put down more money. I lost again. And now I'm in chase mode because I'm like, bruh, I cannot lose this shit. So I started putting down, and I'm like, red has to hit. It has to. So like 4 times I put down on red, it doesn't hit. So I'm like, you know what, man, fuck this. I bet on black. And then The motherfucker don't even hit black. It don't hit red. It hit the double zeros, bruh. In between the red and the black. So it's like, it was just not my night. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to the ATM because I'm not losing my money. I went to the ATM.
Stay gamble, bro.
Took out some bread, bruh. And this nigga Nick blew the shit out of me, bruh. I went to the money wheel. And I look at this junk, right? The junk spin. And I know, like, in my head, the odds are, like, you know the money wheel, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, all right, bet. All right, well, actually, for those who even listening, the money wheel, like at Maryland Live, like it's simple. It's a 5, it's a 1, it's a 10, it's a 20, and
2.
I think a 50. What is it, like 50? Oh yeah, 2. My bad. And these are odds like you put down $1, you get 5 back, get 1 down, $1 back, etc. All that type of stuff. Anyway, 1 has the most odds, like the best odds. So I'm like, I'm about to just play it slow, get my 100 back, and go from there. I put all my money on 1 spin. This nigga Nick looked at me and said, bruh, they just hit 1 and you telling me you about to put your money back on 1 again? I looked at this man Nick and told him, shut the hell up, bruh, and let me bet. That motherfucker hit 2 when it was all said and done. I looked for Rome. I said, Rome, you ready, bruh? He said, yeah, man, let's go. Meanwhile, this nigga Rome talking about how much money he done came up playing roulette. Nigga had like $800, and he keep talking about that shit in the car. I'm like, bruh, I don't need to hear this, bruh. I'm walking away with like $400, $500 in the red, bruh. Just hurt.
No, that's why I don't gamble, dog. I don't gamble.
Nah, you gotta just know how to. It's all about discipline, bro. But let me tell you about what happened. Really happened in this jump. I walked in this jump. Roman and Marlon been in jump for like 15, 20 minutes maybe. This nigga Rome said me like, hey, bro, I'm already up 300-400. I'm like, oh, it's litty in this jump, bro. So I don't think I see Maul first. I think Maul like in full gamble mode. So I like, all right, I go somewhere. I come up off bucks. I think came like $150, $200 off bucks. So I'm kind of done for the day. I go see Maul at the money wheel table. His face just looked defeated, bro. Like he already.
I was done. I was mad at that point. It was a wrap.
I was like, Maul, you good, bro? He was like, son. I gotta get my bread back. And
no, bro, that's the worst thing you do. You try to get your bread back.
Yeah. Hey, this dude, just last night, bro. He was. I watched this dude lose all his money, like all his bread, in 17 minutes, cause kept betting the same jump, losing. I'm like, bro, take a hand off, cause just going. He lost like 450 in 7 hands. Like, why do you not? He leave, go to the ATM, come right back, and he went down. All bucks, 250, and I just left. I was like, all right, bro, you gonna have to chalk this one up. It was a girl, but Shorty had that bag. I'm like, she pulled out a stack of bucks. I was like, okay, what you want to? And she paid all $100 chips.
Oh my goodness.
But the table was 50 minimum, so. Yeah, the table was 50 minimum, so she just doubling what I was playing. Shorty went down early. She was down to her last 100 and hit. She hit 8-1.
8-1. Damn, bruh.
I mean, you muted. Oh, I can't hear you.
Right, can you hear me?
Oh, there you go. You back.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, all right. I don't know why that froze, but yeah, nah, like Shorty got blessed, bro. And like I said, like for me, bro, that was one of the wildest times I ever had at a fucking casinos. That's why I was like this February was that first time that I actually walked out with the money. As much as I go, which is kind of crazy, but yeah, that's mainly why I stick to sports gambling, right? Like casino, I didn't mess with casino for a minute, and that last time I went was that shit. Was that shit, Nick? Like that was the last time I went to a casino, bro. I just couldn't do it, son. Couldn't fucking do it.
I actually don't like going with people for real. I like going by myself because I usually come up early.
Yes.
I come up like the first 15 minutes, I'm ready to go. I don't need play no more. I come in there with 200, I leave out with a 400. I am happy. I don't need nothing else. I double my bread. I come back do it another day. But when I come with people, bro, I play. They want to play. I'm like, all right, let me go try another table, see what they jump hitting on. I lose and I gotta win my money back before I go. Who knows, bro?
Eric learned the hard way, bro. Did Eric tell you about this? About this? I'm not laughing at him. It's just the fact that he went through literally what I went through. He came up. Because we was all out Maryland Live in February, and like he came up. I don't know how much he came up. It's whatever, but he settled. And then all of a sudden, like it was a dry period where we were in the casino. I don't know what was going on, but we were just in the casino, and he was like, "Bro, I gotta play." Fucked around, lost everything. I think he took money out. I'm not too sure. If he ends up coming on, we gotta ask him. But he lost some money, bruh. Took some out, and I think he lost the rest too at the what's the jump where it's not like it's a craps table, a blackjack table, and a roulette table all in one.
Your little machine jump.
Yeah. That's where he was at.
We don't play those.
That's where he was at playing that jump. So that shit was kind of crazy to watch. Cause that was his first time in the casino.
It's the easiest game in the casino.
It seems confusing to me. It looked foreign. I ain't lying to you.
Just if you play on, just download the app, bro. It's really 50-50, bro. It's this or that. It's the easiest game, but you come up quick or you playing forever, bro. It's sweet, bro. Sweet.
All right, whatever, man.
One day when I get rich, I'm gonna be playing at the $200 table in the back Royal Nine zone. Probably next year. That's they be.
He said probably next year.
Yeah, no, they be like them. Like, it'd be like 9 Asians at that jump, and it'd be like 50 around them, and that table be jumping all night. I'd be like,
I ain't about to have 50 people around me nowadays. Hell no, y'all can back the fuck up. Yeah. Work like that.
Nah, bro.
Hey,
they be funneling them bread at the jump, bro. I think they might be cheating for real.
Let me ask y'all this question, man. And I know this took a little while, but welcome back to the Trap or Die podcast. I'm gonna let y'all know something, those who are listening and those who are watching live. This is a little. Now I'm never one to come unprepared, right? But this is a little off script from what we initially planned. We were supposed to have a Falcons lady come on who covers the Falcons. I said Falcons, the Panthers, and I mean, I guess things happen, bruh. So I mean, whatever happens, if she gives me, she stood me up, man. Stood me up. if she gives me an explanation, you know, we'll know from there. But you know, things happen, but it is what it is, and we keep it pushing. So, like I said, we supposed to cover Sam Darnold, man, and see what the Panthers are on in the NFC South. But you know, if things change, you know what I'm saying, she hit me up while we still doing it. You know what I'm saying, she can hop on for a little bit. But with that being said, we transitioning and we just talking about some general things. Cause I have a question for Nick. And Nick said something. You said something earlier today, man. And I want to give you the open platform, man, for those like me, and Ryan, who are not yet in a position to get married, right? Nick, you said something, and y'all had a long conversation. I was just in and out of it, but I did hear what you said, and about, I think it was marriage counseling. Dakota, I'm about to end up kicking you out, bro. You better relax. You said something about marriage counseling. Matter of fact, I am about to kick you out. You said something about marriage counseling, and you had a disagreement, man. I wanna see what you got to say, because I feel like those who are in the position of me and Ryan can take a lot of people's advice. I'm not necessarily saying you giving the best advice, because I disagreed with you, but at the same time, I want to allow you that opportunity to further explain yourself, to see it, to help it make sense for a lot of people. Just explain the situation and explain where you came from. Out of here, Dakota, move.
All right, cool. I believe it was James saying that in their class that they were if they were preaching, don't have sex before you get married and don't live with your spouse before you get married, they said you're blocking your blessing. And that just like kind of ain't gonna say rub me the wrong way, but I don't feel like it's blocking a blessing because I mean, once you live with somebody, you find out who they really are. Like you find out every little detail about them for real. After a time, like you can't hide stuff forever. So if you live with them before, I just feel like a lot of stuff comes out and you guys get to practice what you'll be doing forever. Like I feel like some people that do wait, they mess around, finally live with that person, and they realize I don't really like this person like that. I just like you when I see you every now and then. So that's all I was saying. I wasn't saying now I'm not saying they're wrong to to wait. I'm just saying you're not blocking a blessing by oh yeah, just like what blessing are you blocking? Like that's all I was saying for real. Taylor wasn't wrong. I feel like I wasn't wrong, but just saying how like it's just like oh you going to hell because you do it. You know what I mean? That's basically how. But James could also have been exaggerating on how they push it, but the way they made it seem like anybody that goes against what they say in that class, they just be like ready to send them to hell. That's all I was just like, I don't like that.
I'm following. So it's like the and also I did misspeak and I'm gonna clarify after that, but it's like the hardcore religion aspect of it where it's like, damn, bro, it ain't gotta be all that like type thing. That's what you was pushing up against. Like, bro, it ain't about to be a life of misery just because, y'all disagree in how y'all want to approach things. Like that's
that's it, bro. I wasn't saying nobody was right or wrong, but I don't think you should force it on somebody that just like the way they trying to like force their views on every couple in that class. The way they made it seem like, bro, you can't do that because everybody in that every couple in there got different situations. So like maybe they need to live together because they got to put their funds together. Maybe you know what I'm saying, shit like that.
for sure.
So
It's only logical to think like that anyway because you got to understand from the perspective of both sides. Like you got to put both sides. You got to put both shoes on when you're looking at it from that aspect because growing up in the church like you did, like I did myself, you got to understand like everybody had their views, the way they were raised, and what they have faith in. So, Christians believe in certain ways. That's how they were raised. That's how I was raised. But at the same time, it's realistic to look at the way that you look at it because how are you really supposed to get to know a person from that aspect if you already there's certain things you're not going to know until you get married unless you do live with that person prior to. People want to understand what you're getting into before you make big commitments like marriage. But, I try to understand from both sides because it's just I've been raised in church, like I said, so I understand.
I get it.
prime
So
example, I got a great example, bro. My boy Ryan Reed. Now y'all might not know him, but you know what I'm saying. He had this little jump back in the day, and once like they was good on the distance tip, but once they got closer together every day type,
Facts.
their whole relationship changed upside. It went upside. I ain't gonna say it went upside down, but it just turned out, and they ended up breaking up. They spent more time together, and they realized like it just wasn't gonna work out. So I feel like if they didn't do that, they would have got married. And who's to say? I mean, God willing, like it didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Which one? I mean, we ain't naming. I'm saying, is it the most recent one? That's what we talking about. Okay, all right, and that's where I was gonna clarify because I was like, I know you went through counseling too. Like that's why I was like, I forgot that you did that part, and that's where I was gonna ask you.
We were at a point in our relationship. We were a 4-year relationship, and marriage was talked about. Marriage is, one of the things that we would talk about amongst each other, and because that's what the ideal thing was. We were moving toward that, and we were experiencing issues in our relationship that we felt like maybe counseling would help, and because we were serious about trying to get married at some point, that's what we did. But the counseling I felt like was effective in some ways it wasn't because I actually did it with a pastor and first lady, so it was. I'm not sure who James did his counseling with. I'm not sure.
I mean, shit, the way you're talking about, they talking about religion. It sounds like it's the same thing. Pastor.
Yeah, they doing theirs with first. I'm not sure who's the people that do it at First Baptist, but I know Ted said his folks do it, but I mean, pretty sure it's whatever. Somebody in the church, like a couple that's in the church. Like when we did ours, it was a couple from their church, and it was more open
Right.
dialogue, and I feel like more of an open dialogue than I feel like they getting with theirs, especially since it's a group thing and not just a one-on-one type thing. So I mean,
Well, yeah. I mean, you know,
Well, was y'all
the
nervous,
council
Brad,
session.
going through this thing? Like the actual counseling part, was y'all nervous? Y'all may find something that you didn't like, or that may be a little bit of a detriment. Like, was that a possibility in y'all head?
I mean, go ahead, Nick. You want to go?
you go ahead. Go ahead. I got to get something.
I mean, for me personally, it wasn't necessarily that for me because when we went to counseling, me and who I was dating, when we went to counseling, you know, it was more so discussing the problems that we were already facing. So it wasn't like we were finding out something new about each other. It was more so, you know, the pastor per se trying to help us, you know, work through our own issues that we've been dealing with. That, you know, that's causing that things that were causing rifts in our relationships is what we were actually trying to resolve with the counseling.
Okay, so
So if
like,
that makes sense.
yeah, so it's like for me, I was more so. You did answer, but I was like, what about the things that you were aware of, but you just knew that because I mean, if it meant something to you and it was a problem, but you realized that they just weren't going to fix it, like, or it just
I
wasn't going to
mean,
be fixed. Like that's where I was like, was that something that you could have been that was in the back of your head while you was going through this? Like she's not going to fucking change.
honestly, when you commit to doing something like counseling, you have to really walk in there mentally thinking, you know, the object of us coming here is to fix the problem. So when you
Okay,
walk in, you gotta go in with a mindset as, you know, I'm gonna try to have an open mind and try to, because you know when you go in and stuff like that, you know, you may hear some things that somebody else's opinion, it may be hers, it may be the pastor's or whoever it might be. They may have an opinion of you that you might not like. You know what I mean? Some that you might have to deal with. So my thing is you gotta go in there and not try to, you know, close your mind off to something that you may not think is, you know, helpful to your relationship. Otherwise, I feel like it's pointless. Yeah.
what about you, Nick?
uh, I didn't think we would find out. I mean, we've been together so long. I didn't think we would find out something new about each other. But we found out how we could keep a healthy relationship. We found out which, like I was saying on the chat, we found out things we can work on that can help us in the future. And we found out we actually like what our roles or like what our strengths are in our relationship that'll help us, that'll I guess keep us going for real. Like she good at certain things, I'm good at certain things. So we found out, all right, now we know what we're good at. Let's make sure we lead on these certain things. You know what I'm saying? So that's more what our counseling was. Just figuring out who we are and what our role should be in a relationship based on our strengths and weaknesses.
Okay. So I guess the moral of the story is I guess the moral of the story here is more so like everybody has their preference. If you want to live with Shorty before marriage, that's up to you. But if you don't, that's also up to you too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do agree with Tev. Like you go, I think you regardless of what the decision is and where the I guess the line is set. I still think that you're gonna end up knowing your shorty well before you move in with her. Like you're still gonna be at wherever she lives. You're gonna know what she live like.
I,
So it's like I
I
don't really
agree.
think you need to have. I don't think you need to live with her and be with her every single day before deciding if you want to marry stuff like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just don't see it.
I don't think it's necessarily a necessity either. It's really his preference. You know what I mean? I feel like it matters of who you are and what you can deal with. Um, because some people want to know how certain people sleep patterns, how you if you going if you dirty, you wash it, you know, it's little stuff like that. But I
I
mean,
ain't even, yeah.
outside of you know that, you know, you should know a person for who they are, how to react to certain things. You've been around them enough to find that out, you know. But needing to live with somebody, nah, not for real. You don't have to, but I know it's a preference. Most people want to do it. Just to be around
Yeah.
your significant other all the time.
I wouldn't say. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't say it's a necessity, but I would advise. And also depends on how long y'all been together too. If y'all ain't been together that long, you might want to, you know what I'm saying, go in there and figure it out before, because I feel like you can figure that person out if you live with them faster as well too. You can figure out when than you could just doing it like a distance thing. But either way, it's a lot of factors going into everybody's situation different. But I just feel like you should assess the situation of yours and just go from there. And then hope for the best. That's all I can tell you.
I hope for the best. Hey, so did y'all see the message I just sent to the chat for RG3?
I didn't get a chance to look at it yet.
Please look at it while we have some time. Look at that, bro. Because I just need to know. I just need to know y'all opinion, man. Because it's driving me crazy when I saw it. And when y'all look at it, y'all will understand a little bit further about what I'm saying. But this man Robert Griffin put out that goddamn video with that caption. Let me go back to it. What do you say? In quotations, come on, bro, your wife is white. and with that video, right? I just don't get it, man. And it's kind of crazy, in my opinion, him posting that, right? And the guy literally just got done with good auditions and interviews with multiple broadcast companies. I don't know if it was ESPN and Fox or whoever it was. But he got done with good auditions, and it's like, it's nothing wrong with what he posted, but at the same time, joking like that and not having people understand where the hell it came from, and as random as it is, bruh, that shit can fucking backfire. Like, social media can lose you jobs nowadays, bruh. That shit look kind of weird.
I don't understand. I mean, I'm still not understanding the video. Like, what was he trying to say with the caption? Like, I mean,
so he
basically he
says,
has to say what, like people saying because his wife is white, she can have a fat ass. Like, what does that mean?
He's saying that because his wife is white, there's a lot of people who saying that she can't fill out a sundress, and that's the context of the entire tweet. Like, that's where it came from. Is that she can't fill out a
Gotta slow
sundress.
down. Yeah, he nah, he gotta slow down. Nah, because you really, people don't really understand, bro. Like, you need to just be careful about what you like. People just really be so pressed to put certain stuff up on the social media, bro. Like, and don't really want to have to answer for the consequences that you do certain things. And then the niggas want to be complaining when you got, everybody on your ass now. Like, well, I don't understand. What are you waiting for? Like, why are you doing that, bro?
Yeah, hey, hold on one sec, cause Sleezo just got in the chat, man. Hey, Sleezo, man. Yes, we get it. Fuck Ben Simmons. Yeah, we understand that. Secondly, yeah, RG ain't got no job right now, but he looking to be a broadcaster. So that's kind of where he at with it. We was also talking about marriage before you came in, man. We heard you was about to get married real soon. So I just want to say congratulations to whoever that lucky lady is.
Congratulations, Sleezo.
Yeah, congratulations, Sleezo. You know what I'm saying? Tell us how you feel about, you know what I'm saying, that Jonah Arizona.
On this podcast.
Tell us about that Jonah Arizona. Let me hear about that. It's like, nah, let me stop, bro.
Terrible liar, bro.
Get that man in trouble. But go ahead, Nick. I had to say that because he just checked in.
Man, to be honest, bro, I could care less, man. It's not that. I mean, it's not that deep. It's just, I mean, he just posted. That's his wife, bro. What else? He ain't got nothing to do. He bored in the crib. Ain't like he working out for a team or something. My man just wanted to post something, bro. Stay relevant. You know what I'm saying?
Fine. But my thing is fine. Go ahead, but like, it's just,
that's inflammatory, nigga.
When
you know better.
Post certain, I'm about to say, bro. Like, when you post certain stuff like that in today's time right now, with it being the way it is right now, like, you don't want to have no controversy going on, bro. Like, honestly,
well, everybody's so sensitive, bro.
It just is what it is.
I'm about to say it is what it is. Now that's a fact.
Everybody can't be as free flowing about with shit like us. Like, it's not the same. Like people can't let stuff roll off like we do. I mean, it's just everybody don't like that.
Yeah,
Well,
nah,
they soft, bro. They
that shit
soft.
is weird though, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I think like in from Rob's standpoint, now he explained himself on Twitter like in a clear manner. Obviously, Twitter is not having it. Like they don't care what type of explanation you give. You know what I'm saying? What's stupid is stupid. And truth be told, I think it was stupid. But at the end of the day, sure it was jokes, but I don't think he realized like how the magnitude it had, because it continues a trend with black people or black athletes, or just black men in general, like highlighting and showcasing uh the other race, the other races, excuse me, that's not black in terms of their significant other. And it's a problem with some people. Personally, I don't let it affect me. You know, I don't give a fuck. You post that shit out there. Post what you want. You know what I'm saying? If you love another race and their women, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But he also, like, you got to be careful, because when you're that high profile, you got 2 million followers, and you tweet some shit like that, a lot of people gonna think that you talking shit about black people.
They got
and
2
black women.
million.
He got 2 million, bro. That's why I was like,
bro,
that's a
come
lot.
on,
That's a
bro.
lot of people
On Twitter, bro.
Yes, 2 million.
You need to go, because Twitter hard to get followed. They be hogging them Twitter, bro.
2 million,
Yeah.
bro. So he's
About to
out here
say, bro,
saying
you
he's saying some wild
understand.
shit. That's not, you know, you can't let that rock, bro. You gotta be a little bit more responsible.
I wouldn't call
Definitely,
him
you gotta be
wild,
more.
but I would
He just
say
gotta
he
be
is.
more conscious. That's all, bro. Just be more aware, bro. You gotta understand, especially you got a white wife, bro. You supposed to be more on top of that, bro.
You know what? I do have a slight problem with the jump, right? I just see if she was like stupid fast. She just like,
That's your problem. That's your problem. She got to be that thick, huh?
Yeah, because he just, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to post something like that, bro, you know what I'm saying? Have a good reason, not no, you know what I'm saying, 0.5 reason.
Now, that joint look good, though. Don't do that, though. Shorty, definitely.
I don't know.
I don't know how you get down, bro.
Go ahead, bro. Stop.
It may have been the angle, bro.
We ain't going to talk about
May have
the
been. I
angle,
haven't even
bro.
seen what is it good. I just married a white joint before that.
But you know what's crazy? That definitely slipped. That went over my head, Nick. And that, now that I heard it again in my head, that shit is fucking hilarious. I have to shake your hand. I have to shake your hand on that one.
You know what I like. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
man,
Stop,
he does.
man.
He got his flavor.
They talking about.
He got his flavor,
Oh,
man.
Y'all are OC. Y'all too much, bro. Stop.
Look, I'm just saying. Just saying.
I do got a question though. Since we were supposed to have a Panthers, I don't know. Did y'all get a chance to look at the Panthers at all?
Look at the Panthers who?
What?
Panthers roster.
I pulled it up, but I don't have it up right now. I can pull it back up. What you got?
I was just gonna ask, how do y'all feel about that? I looked at it. I was kind of shocked for it. They got low key like some sneaky dogs in their team. And I mean, they're not gonna win division. That's a fact. But they could make some noise if Sam Darnold is okay.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's what I expect from them. It was 5-11 last year.
So the lady was.
Wait, hold on. What'd you just say, man? They was what?
They were 5-11 last year. So I mean, they can make some. What you say? Make some noise. 7-9. I mean, that's making some noise.
At this point,
that's
7-10.
All right.
Yeah, that's what it'll be.
All right.
Well,
So
go ahead, Mark. Go ahead, Mark.
Now I was about to make sure y'all got everything off your chest. Sleeto said he let RG talking about RG. He let his emotions of someone talking about his girl get to him, which is probably the bottom line out of everything. He probably posted that shit thinking it was funny, but only person who got the joke was him. And nobody, it hit home for nobody else. I agree with you, bro, on that one.
Shit, half the league and their white wives. Y'all tripping. He's speaking out for
that. The league did not have white wives, bro. Relax, bro.
They got white girlfriends.
See.
You heard what Shannon said on the podcast, bro?
What are you saying?
I can't tell you, bro. I gotta tell you.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And they be on the road, bro. Road warriors.
All right. I think we good with this one. But nah. So Shorty had that was supposed to come on. She had mentioned like over minicamp and OTAs, Sam Darnold he was bland. Put it that way, right? He was not overly impressive. He was not surprisingly underwhelming, I guess. Like he was just bland. And I think the question is like looking at their roster, right? What would even be a position battle like at the quarterback? Like would it be training camp in a sense? Because you have Sam Darnold, PJ Walker, who's also a dog by the way, but just inexperienced and he's short. And then you got Will Greer. Like these are your three quarterbacks. Clearly, Sam Darnold projection wise is number one, but like, what if that shit don't work out? Like, I don't know if Carolina's all in, but if you make a trade for a guy like that, you're assuming that the situation in New York just was not good for him. So therefore, like shit's gonna work out in Carolina because they think they have the right pieces and coaching to put him in the position that he needs to succeed.
What did they give up for conversation for Donald?
I think a bag of Skittles and
I think it was something
wash in the
like a
dryer,
6
bro.
round.
It was a 6. Oh, they
Yeah.
exchanged 6-round picks.
Yeah, so they got him for nothing,
wait.
right?
Exchange for a 6-round pick, second and a 4th round for 2022. Also, a 2021 6, a 2022 second and a 4th.
That's not bad.
Okay, so they gave up a second for Sam.
Yeah, second and a 4th.
Carson went for less than that, didn't he?
Who?
Yeah,
Carson.
I think Carson went less for that. But
his was conditional, so it could be elevated to a first.
You know, depending upon how Sam plays, I mean, time will tell. Obviously, they have faith in him if they decided to go ahead and give him up a second, because a second round pick is nothing to sneeze at for sure. But I mean, the thing is, if they finish where I think they'll finish, which is around between 7 to 8 wins, might be, I'm leaning toward the lesser of that. I mean, that doesn't really put them in a high position for a quarterback either way. And at the same time, quarterbacks coming out in the draft aren't really too appealing either. Like, so I feel like Sam, they did I think who else could you have gotten at this point unless you thinking you putting your bid in for Deshaun Watson or something like that. I mean, I don't really know what else Carolina can do from the quarterback position because there wasn't that many options out there for them. So I mean, I think getting Sam was some assurance, and they just had to rock out with what they got so they can get in position to get one or trade for one, depending upon how he plays this year.
So Jared just made a good point too that I didn't think about, but I'm actually looking to see who they drafted. But Jared was saying
JC.
that JC Horn.
JC Horn.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, I get that. I'm not even mad at that, but he was saying that they passed up on Justin Fields too. So it's like they must like have a lot more confidence in Sam than we'd imagine. But at the same time, like I guess in that situation, we have to also evaluate like where was JC on the board versus where was Justin Fields on their board too. I don't know, but I think you did make a good point in terms of like passing up on Fields. It is an indication that they feel some type of comfort level with Sam. I don't know, bro.
They must because why? Because that's a good point. I didn't even think about that either. Because they definitely have been in position to get Fields right there at 8. But I mean, maybe they feel like they needed a corner, which they did. I mean,
they
could have got Mac Jones too.
Mac too, yeah, because he went to Patriots.
I'm a big Mac Jones guy anyway, but I mean, yeah, they definitely must be thinking Sam Darnold is the answer if they pass because you could have been preparing for your future. Because you really only giving Sam Darnold 1 year. What you think? You giving Sam Darnold a year? If he looks like he look like in the Jets, it's a wrap. They're not about to give him 2 more years to look like some trash.
I mean, you know, Adam Gase is a QB killer, so You know what I'm saying? Not
Well, we
saying
gonna
better than
see.
all Adam Gates, but
Yeah, we gonna see.
you see what he did to Brian Tannehill? Look at Tannehill now, bro.
Tannehill numbers wasn't even that bad in Miami. Go look at
I know, right? But the team was.
him. But they made the playoffs one year when he was there.
Wait, I
All
thought.
right, well,
Wait, how this happened? I thought Nick
okay.
was giving a compliment.
No, he
Two.
was saying that
Bro,
Tannehill wasn't good in Miami. I'm like, well, his numbers were better than you thought they were in Miami.
Oh, I'm about to say I missed it.
People
Okay,
like
yeah,
to
he was alright.
people like to say Tannehill was numbers. Well, I mean, go look at him. Like
He did have a
they
down
weren't that
period.
bad.
I think it was like the middle 2 years, like the middle 2 years out of
bro.
those
Yeah,
four.
I know what you're talking about. But go
I've
pull it
been a
up though.
I've been a Tannehill fan before Ryven. You know, bro, I already know what's up, bro. I've been talking about Tannehill for years. Especially when he came. I said when he came to Tennessee, I said, right, he gonna start over Mariota. Right? I was like, man, Mariota gonna play
But you was
Charles
only saying it to get on my nerves, bro. You wasn't
16,
even
bro.
for
No, I
real.
was
You was
not,
just
bro.
saying to get on
I
my
was
nerves,
super
bro.
serious, bro.
No, you
Why
wasn't,
was they? Why
bro.
would they bring him in? Why would they bring him in as a backup when he better than a starter, bro?
Because he was available, bro. We got Tannehill for a 6th-round pick,
And that
And
is
look at
wicked.
him now.
so he was coming to play backup.
No, he was not, bro. The mic.
He
Yeah.
was. I ain't gonna lie. He came in there because we knew Mariota couldn't stay on the field. So it's like,
That's why.
yeah, about to
That's
say that's
why.
that's literally all it was, man. But Sleezo asked this, man. Sam Darnold or Jared Goff, who has a better season with their new team?
Sam
I'm going
Darnold.
Sam Darnold
Not
for
even no
sure.
question.
Yeah, I ain't
I'm
gonna lie
not.
to
I'm not
you.
even going to.
This
I
ain't.
don't even know who is Jared Goff's #1 receiver.
Oh,
They
they still
drafted
got.
somebody,
Oh
didn't they?
shit, they don't
Marvin
even
Jones
have
Still
him
plays
got
no
for
more.
the
who?
I was
Jags.
thinking of Marvin
Godwin
Jones.
plays for the Giants.
Hold on.
Nobody's there, dog.
Yeah, hold on. Wait.
Oh,
These.
Marvin Jones is a
He's in
he gonna be all
Jacksonville.
right.
Yeah, I'm about to say he ain't on their team no
Fuck
more.
on to him. You know that's gonna be
And
crazy.
Marvin, I wanted Marvin Jones in Washington too. That's the wicked part.
You muted, Mark. I can't even hear you.
Yeah, Ma, what's up with you?
Oh, my bad.
Okay, there
There
you
you
go.
go. There
Oh,
you go.
nah, my bad. I was saying, I wanted Marvin Jones in Washington too. That was my guy.
I wanted Marvin Jones until we got Julio.
All right, so let me see who they got, man. Oh, they got top. Oh, this ain't good, y'all. They
You
have,
better say Tyrell Williams. Do not say
but
Tyrell
Is
Tyrell was
that
Williams.
all
was that
right at
the
one point.
#1? At one
Yeah.
point, like
In
16 years
practice.
ago. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? They got Tyrell. They got Brashad Perriman. They got
Okay, stop. That's all I needed. That's stop.
they
I'm good.
got
I'm
they got
good.
That's
Amon.
the
They got
that's your
Amon.
top two receivers,
If
They
bro?
got
Devon
Amon
Brammer was
St.
the second
Brown.
name to come out your mouth, I
Who?
already know what time it is.
They got
St. Brown, that sounds familiar though.
Javon
That's good from
McKinley,
USC.
Louisville. Oh
USC, St.
yeah.
Brown.
Geronimo Allison. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Rodgers made him to a dog.
Okay. All right.
You know what I'm saying? And they still got the boy T.J. Hawkinson.
So basically nobody though.
Yeah,
And,
sound like
and who that
5
and who
and
that
12.
running back? Who that running back is? DeAndre Swift. Hey.
Then
I like
somebody
Swift,
you
man.
think somebody go 0-17 this year? If anybody gonna do it, it'll be Detroit, bro.
Nah. Jared
The
will
whole
probably get them
time.
like 2 sneaky wins, bro. They go like 2-14, 2-15, 3-14, something
Okay,
like
I
that.
guess I was too nice. I said 5 and 12.
I can give them 2 wins max. We're still over under. You need to know that.
I'll look it up while we going. But
And
oh wait,
bro, the GM was so psyched when they drafted their left tackle. I mean, don't get it twisted. Like, I mean, that's a staple for your franchise to get a left tackle like that.
hey,
But
I do
I
agree
mean,
with.
he
Oh,
was
go
in
ahead.
there like they was going to the bowl after they
Well,
drafted him.
when you have so many holes in your team, bro, you just he not thinking about this year. He thinking about 3 years from now when they get
I mean,
more first round picks.
he better get a quarterback.
No bullshit. So Jared made another point, right? 1 year. Oh, he's asking, is 1 year enough to really determine if Darnold is a long term option? You got to learn a whole
It's
new
not fair.
offense and new
It's
teammates in
not
just a couple
fair.
of months.
He's going to have to show some production. Like he's going to have to show something on the field that will allow them to be like, okay, we're gonna give him another year in the system. Like he can't go out there. They're gonna have to win at least 8 games. Like he can't go out there with 6 dubs and think he's gonna be have another shot to go out and do that again. Like especially if the all season comes available where they can get a quarterback a better option. And I mean, I don't. Who's to say there won't be some kind of all-star quarterback coming up in the draft that we don't even know about right now? Like,
it ain't happening this year, brother.
I mean, I don't know, but Joe Burrow came out of nowhere. So I mean, who knows, dog?
Hey, so the over/under on Detroit. Anybody want to guess?
I'm gonna say 6.
You said 4.5, Nick?
Yeah.
That 5.
Oh, okay.
That 5. They
give me the 4.
The Texans is at 4.5. But yeah,
give me the 4.
Detroit, it ain't looking too good. Like I said, I got them either 2 games or 3 games, bro. They ain't winning much. I don't see it. Not with Jared Goff. Like that's a mistake right there. You traded for a losing quarterback.
What Charles Barkley say?
And you hear McVay already talk about how good he's seen Stafford. He was like, man, he's better than advertised.
Oh, they knew what they was missing. They knew what they was missing.
I got a question though. I'm glad you brought up Matt Stafford. I actually had 2 questions. So Matt Stafford first. What if he not like? What if he just have a bad season, bro? Like,
he won't.
I get it, bro. I get it, but like,
I guarantee you, whatever he does this year, it'll look better than Jared Goff.
For sure. What's underachieving for the Rams though?
Underachieving for the Rams is not making it to at least the NFC Championship game.
Yeah,
they're loaded.
Not making it to a championship game. It don't matter how it unfolds. Like, think about it. The Saints were good enough from 2017 to 2020 to make a Super Bowl. Like, they were that good. And after 2017, you kind of saw where they were at, right? But 2018, you're like, okay, this team is a Super Bowl favorite. I'm a Super Bowl favorite for the NFC. And that was the same thing in 2019 too. And how the fuck did they lose? It was always some fluke shit, or they literally they had a letdown. That you can't afford that. I'm about to steal this dog, bro. You can't afford to have that. Like, if you're the Rams and Matt Stafford, bro, you didn't trade it for 1,000 people. Your cap is in a weird situation. You're banking on all these veterans to win for you, bro. If you get fucking Matt Stafford in there, you don't make it to an NFC Championship game number 1, and then you don't show up if you make it there. Like, in terms of you come out flat and lose and don't even stand a chance to make it to the Super Bowl. That's an L, bro. That is an L. They got it. They gotta make it to the NFC Championship game, bro.
Yeah, they gotta make it. I'm sorry.
All right. So who has more pressure?
Well, where was your head at? Where was your head at, Nick? What was you saying? Like, what you thought was underachieving?
The playoffs. If they make the playoffs.
The playoffs?
I'm gonna tell you why, bro. I like Matt Stafford as a quarterback. One, he got to stay healthy. He hasn't done that in the past couple. So I don't know who the backup is, but because the EPS ain't going, he ain't gonna cut it again. So I feel like if he can play all 17 games. EPS. Hey, FedEx won on, bro. My man can't smack off the truck. Game, bro. I heard y'all need a QB. And suit it up. But if they playoffs is, I guess, if they miss playoffs, that's underachieving. But making it to the, you know what I'm saying? I'm not
the playoffs
big on Matt Stafford.
They better make the playoffs. I'm sorry.
Yeah, nah, they need to. They need to.
I gotta see Matt around good talent, bro. Okay, that's my next question. Who's more pressure on, Matt Stafford or Sean McVay? Coming up.
I mean, it's not Stafford. That's for sure.
Wow,
hey, that's a really good question, bro.
I'm about to say, bro, the missing piece. He's technically the missing piece, right? If they're missing a quarterback,
the question is, you saying more pressure or the hot seat? Which one do you mean?
More pressure. Who has more pressure, Sean McVay or Matt Stafford?
I mean, I feel like Stafford is going to be Stafford. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I mean, if they don't, I would be highly shocked if something goes away with Matt Stafford's game. I mean,
so I'm assuming Rick said Matt not not having a bad season. So I'm assuming his opinion is Sean McVay. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I do think it's Stafford. And I think it's for reasons that nobody even brought up yet, right? The nigga said he wanted to go to LA. Like that was his destination. The Lions had better offers on the table to get to move Stafford somewhere else, bro. Like Washington had a better offer than LA, and they said, nah, Matt Stafford wants to go to LA, so we're gonna go ahead and honor that for him. Like he chose that city. Sean McVay clearly wanted them, obviously. Sean McVay is gonna scheme up this. He's gonna scheme up the offense. Like he's gonna fucking put you in position to make a throw. All you have to do is make the throw, and all you have to do is come through clutch in 2-minute situations, 4-minute situations, and everything like that when your team needs you. And if staff, I don't remember in depth what their schedule looked like, but again, like I think that pressure is gonna be on Stafford because at that age, bro, with that contract, don't nobody fuck with you, bro. If you playing terribly, they gonna get that man out the paint with the quickness.
I feel like they're bringing him in to be the missing piece, and if he don't cut it, I mean, well, brother. I feel like Sean McVay gonna be a good coach regardless. I feel like they know him. He got more, you know what I'm saying, skin in the game. Matt Stafford, this is his first time with an actual like good team. So if he don't perform with this, what's your excuse? You know what I'm saying? If he's like, oh, Detroit sucked it my whole career, now he come out there and be like, oh yeah, but he can't. He ain't no excuses, bro. They got a mob. They got receivers. I'm not sure that O line. I don't know if they put anything to that O line this offseason, but I mean, he got running backs, bro. He got solid defense.
Man. He gonna be straight.
All right, bro.
But I do think the pressure is gonna be on him more than it is McVay though. Like McVay ain't no change of scenery for McVay. Ain't no circumstances changed with him. It's all somebody who he's looking forward to working with, and also the scheme that he's been using since 2016. Whenever he joined the team, I don't think it's gonna be much that changed with him. Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you.
But at the same time, it could be some pressure on McVay. I just thought about it. Because now he has the quarterback he wanted. So if he don't get it,
that's what I was thinking. I mean, he wanted. I would say it's an even. He begged for golf to leave, and with golf, they was of course a continuing playoff team year in year out. Made it to a Super Bowl. I mean, if they don't at least come close to that same success, or further that, I mean, I feel like he wanted it more than anybody else.
Yeah, I would say maybe it's even pressure for real.
Even?
I wouldn't say even. I would give 60-40 more to Matt Stafford.
60-40. I guess there is room to compromise, right? I think there's room to compromise, and I think that's fair in terms of percentages. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, yes. All right. You know what? I'll lean 65-35. Stafford and then McVay. Jerry said if Matt can't take them deep into the playoffs in 21 or 2022, I think you got to start looking at the coach, and McVay's going to be in my seat. How about this? I think that will be applicable in 2022. I don't think they're going to, because he's too young, but he's also been a very successful head coach, like in LA. So, what I think is something that you can question, right? I don't think you gotta. It all depends on how good or how bad 2021 looks for LA. Like if that shit is bad or just completely underwhelming in the sense of like the expectations you should have for that team, then all right, start looking at the coach. But if it's just here and there, like Stafford, who couldn't elevate too much in Detroit, is doing the same thing that he's doing in LA in terms of not being able to elevate, then go from there. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at with it, bro. Like it just depends on how bad 2021 looks.
I mean, both valid. Both of them. I feel like both of them have something to prove. Uh, Matt may have more to prove because Sean McVay been there, done that before. So Matt, he been crying about not really crying about Detroit, but he want to get out of there. So see how it goes.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
I wish him the best of luck. But
Hey, I didn't even peep the game started, bro. The game started
yeah,
early.
bro,
Bro.
man.
Hey,
They
look,
started at 8:30,
if
bro.
if I ain't get stood up, you know what I'm saying? We would have been out this motherfucker by 8:30. Just letting y'all
Yeah,
know.
because you did start the call kind of late. I was like, we cancel this job?
Nah. But not for real. Like for whatever reason, I was trying to hold off in the sense of the sending the tweets out there because I was waiting for confirmation, and just never got there. So I definitely did hold out for as late as possible. But it's all good. Before we get out of here, Brad, I need to know, like, is this about to be a Suns and Bucks finals, which is weird as shit to say.
It's definitely weird to say, but I mean, Atlanta's been surprised me. I want to see how they fare in this game one. I wish Atlanta had some more of their dogs with them. I wish they had Holland. I wish they had Relish. I wish they had a couple more pieces. But yeah, I mean, it'll be. I'm definitely thinking the Suns gonna be in the finals. I think it's good for the game because it's been a long time since you've seen other teams besides the regular ones you used to seeing. Lakers, Celtics, Golden State, Spurs, all those
Cleveland,
teams, yeah,
Miami.
Cleveland. Like you were the last time you were able to say Suns, Bucks, Hawks, and who else? Who else? And Clippers. Clippers ain't been to the Western Conference Finals in a franchise history. So, it's good for the game. I'm happy to see it, but I'm thinking probably so Suns, Bucks. And I hope CP get his first ring.
Nah, I need to see that
I'm gonna
too.
say Suns, Hawks. And I would go. Of course, I think the Suns gonna win the whole thing though, for sure. But Suns, Hawks. Only gonna say I don't really trust the Bucks in the last 5 minutes of games. They don't have a guy that can go get you a bucket. We saw last series Trae Young out there. He had a terrible game, but when he needed to go get a bucket in the last 4 minutes, my man showed up with the what I'm saying, pump fake. Had my man fly to the first row mid-range jump, but I just feel like the Bucks just don't got it, bro. Their offense is trash. And
Nah,
Giannis cannot keep trying to take, running people over and getting charges. That can't be your offense.
I agree with the offense part, but I think that they're just bigger than the Hawks. I think, I mean, also on top of that, I think that they have the talent in terms of the shooters. Trae Young is the ultimate shooter, but Middleton I fuck with. Giannis, I wouldn't say, I'm not calling him a shooter, but Giannis is versatile that he'll shoot it if he has to, but who's really stopping him when he wants to drive to the lane? Ain't nobody stopping that nigga. Like, it don't matter if he ain't got no moves, which I also don't like for the fact that he's getting called a superstar and he really ain't got no moves, bro. Like Zion at this point, he ain't getting called no superstar. He just Zion. Like nobody talking about Zion like that no more.
Zion, all right, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hey, you know what, Rob? We not gonna get into this.
Zion is like.
but
What y'all
listen,
talking about?
listen. All I'm saying in that sense was the narrative now that he's a pro. Like, we're not talking about him in the sense of a superstar anymore, but at the same time, I'm not saying he's trash, Ryan. Because I realized I forgot when I said it who I was saying it in the presence of. He's not a bad
You meant the
player.
mall. You meant the mall. He
No,
trash. You
I'm
meant
being
it.
serious. I'm being serious with that though. Like,
Manipulated.
I wasn't saying it like he's a bad player, but I'm like, he's just that person. When you talk about him now, you're not talking about him in the sense of that superstar when he came out from college. But I think that Giannis is in a situation where people are calling him a superstar, but it's like he's good for two things: drive, pass, or drive, dunk. Like
Well,
that's really.
he's to his credit, he is a People's Player of the Year.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the offensive side.
One of the-
Offensive side, but yeah, you're
That
right.
doesn't guard the best player on the other team.
Say it again.
So he's the defense player of the year that doesn't guard the other player, the best player on the other team. He didn't pick up KD
I
until.
don't give him much stock. I mean, I really don't. But I was just saying to his credit, you know, he got enough votes. I mean, people must think he's a good enough defensive player to win the award, which I really don't think it was good for the game to give Giannis the next person in line to win both MVP and defensive player of the year in the same year. The only person to do it since Michael Jordan, which I don't like the fact that they gave Giannis that accolade, but whatever. At the same time, unlike Ben Simmons, Giannis will actually take the opportunity to shoot, and it's there's mentally something going on with Ben Simmons in the head because he just refuses to want to shoot. I feel like psychologically he's really toe up in the head right now, but
Yeah, he down.
I do like Giannis mental because regardless of how the fans was counting down 10 seconds for him to shoot the free throws, he was still knocking them down. In that last series, he
For sure,
played,
shot 57.
came through 40 points a game, 7. Did his thing for real.
All right, man. Listen, before we get out of here, Ryan, Rick wanted me to ask you about. You a troll, bro. What happened when you was doing your triceps at the gym that one day?
He wicked.
Yeah,
He wicked.
when I was doing my triceps.
Yeah, something happened when you was doing your triceps or something. He told me to ask you. You know what I'm saying? Let the people know.
Bro, I'm just as lost as him, bro. I don't even understand, man. But y'all have a good night, man. Y'all
So
enjoy the rest of the night.
he was telling me, like when you was doing your tricep jumps, right? That like I guess the weight was too heavy, or you was tired, or it was a combination of both. That you was straining too much.
Word. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what he has a different version of the story. I don't know. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Okay. All right. So you wasn't straining
No
too much,
idea
you know
at
what I'm
all.
saying? You didn't
I'm clueless.
you ain't you know what I'm saying, you ain't do no wild shit in the middle of your workout.
No. Yeah, I'm completely lost. I don't know what he's talking about.
So somebody put your hand on the Bible and shit, like how would that work out?
I feel like you saying Bible and shit in the same sentence like automatically makes me not want to be a part of this whole situation right now. I feel like
That's a fact.
I feel like you kind of you mixing things up right now. So I feel like it's best I just log off. You know what I'm saying, for the rest of the evening.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, probably best.
You know what, right? You know what? Well, we'll readdress this if it needs to be readdressed, but you know what I'm saying. We'll save it for another day. And we ain't gotta talk. We ain't gotta talk about it.
Yeah, well, let's wait till Rick come back and tell the story. But I do got two things to say, bro. Shout out to Paul George except for the last 2 free throws yesterday. He actually stepped up past couple games, and I think it's something going on in Philly, bro. Ben Simmons and Carson Wentz got the same issue, bro. It's like a mental thing over there. I'm not sure what's going on.
Hey, that is wild.
I'm pretty sure Darius can probably let me know.
It's the media
now. I think it's his cheesesteaks, bro. It's the cheesesteaks.
Paul George for missing the 2
nigga said cheesesteaks.
Gotcha.
This nigga said
no, I said everything before the 2 free throws at the end. He turned back and
Pooter the scooter. Pooter the scooter.
I'm about to go find this other AirPod though, fellas. I'm out here searching for that shit right now, bro.
Hey, Rod, if you go to if you check your trunk,
goodbye,
bro.
Goodbye, bro.
All right.
Night, bro.
All right, Pooter. I'll let you, bro.
Check under your seat, right?
He said, "Fuck y'all."
you heard me, right? He gone.
I think he gone.
I'm gonna call him.
Yeah, go ahead, call him, remind him, man. You know what I'm saying, and let Pooter know that he could look in some more places to help find his AirPods. Nick, it was a pleasure, my brother. You know what I'm saying. I don't think you realized it, but you did kick a little. You and Rye before he rudely muted us because he says he's still in here. But you did kick a little game in the beginning, bro. Because there is some people, you know what I'm saying, who in our circle, right? who really is in that process of getting married. And whoever else the hell needs to hear that shit from you and Ryan, whoever else need to hear it, you know what I'm saying? That's hopefully they take heed in the shit that y'all went through. I was taking notes, mental notes. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is,
Yeah,
bro.
bro, man. I always say to anybody out there, bro, do what works for you, or do what you feel like works for you. Because if you don't do it, you'll regret it, and you'll be like, "Oh, I could have did this, or oh, I should have went with my gut." Just go with your gut, and if it don't work out, use your gut. I mean, then the shit it don't work out. But I say just follow your gut, bro. Do what you gotta do. But use your advice. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, don't try to take what everybody else say, because what worked for them ain't gonna work for you, because y'all not the same people.
And we're gonna leave it at that. For everybody who tuned in, I appreciate y'all. Sleezo. Oh yeah, he said you coming to Philly soon. So yeah, for sure. Nick, you gonna be down there to link up with Sleezo. But yeah,
We out there
Sleezo,
Friday,
Rick,
bro.
Jared, all y'all. Appreciate y'all tuned in. Next week we back with Washington football. That should be another good one. We got some guests that's lined up. Keep it under wraps until everything is official. But yeah, be back next Tuesday and next Wednesday for the Trap or Die, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, and I will catch y'all next week.